So I want to make this really quick on the topic of abortion, which is long overdue. And I was supposed to actually make a YouTube video about this because somebody asked me a long time ago, and I'm so sorry that I'm just not responding. She asked me a long time ago if I could like break down how it's even legal for them to overturn Roe versus Wade. And a few short answers. The short answer is, babe, we live in white supremacy, so they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. They made the rules, so they can rewrite the rules, overturn anything they want to fucking overturn, right? Historically, women have been seen as property and objects. They don't give a fuck about us. One of the drivers of white supremacy is the patriarchy. So under a patriarchy, you know, binary gender and sex is binary, male, female, when in actuality, if you followed me long enough, then you know that gender and sex is actually not binary. That's why trans people exist, intersex people exist, and non-binary people exist. And if you don't fit inside their socially constructed box, then they don't give a fuck about you. And that's really what it is. So with that being said, with abortion, like, this is why I really be urging y'all, and have been for a while, like, to delete your fucking period tracking apps, because this is just another way for them to incriminate you. When I was looking up the Brittany Watts case, if you know anything about the Brittany Watts case, basically this woman is in jail because she miscarried at 22 weeks. And she went to the doctor and everything to, you know, try to get help for her miscarriage. But they didn't help her. She's black. She's a black woman. So they didn't want to help her. So she went home and miscarried. And they tried to say that she didn't dispose of the corpse properly. In Ohio and in any state, really, there's not any fucking law that says what you're supposed to do when you miscarry at home. So she's in fucking jail. For some bullshit, basically. So that's why I said delete your fucking period tracking apps, because they're going to use this to incriminate you. There's a resource. It's called Pregnant Justice or something like that. And they were stating that they've had over 1,300 cases where, like, pregnancy was involved and people were basically criminalized or prosecuted for pregnancy complications and such things. Like, it's fucking mind-blowing. And it's like that because under Roe versus Wade, well, being that they're overturning Roe versus Wade, and, you know, these anti-abortion laws are basically recognizing fetuses as fucking people, and they're not fucking people. So a fucking unborn fucking fetus has more rights than you do as a pregnant person. That's fucking nuts. Like, that makes no fucking sense. So the reason why this is so freaking terrible is because you have things like ectopic pregnancies where, you know, the egg is stuck in the fallopian tube. The egg is stuck in the fallopian tube. And, you know, as the pregnant person, you're more likely to die from that, but they don't give a fuck. Medical staff is going to start withholding information from you because they don't want to, you know, lose their license or lose their job. So, when you look at things like getting help, like if you're a cancer patient and you need chemotherapy, oh, well, they might deny you chemotherapy because the fetus is more valuable than your own, like, life. So it's wild. I mean, look at cases with intimate partner violence and domestic violence, and how the violence is going to increase because Johnny don't want this baby, but there's nothing you can do about it. It just really, it fucks everybody, dude. It fucks everybody. And I think what's funny is, like, these people make these laws, but it's like, did you think about what if your mistress gets pregnant? Like, and now you got to explain this to your wife. But, you know, they'll have things in place for them, but for us people, they won't. So really, this is an attack on low-income people. This is an attack on not just women, but trans people, because, like I said, there's going to be issues with access to non-reproductive health care. It's an attack on black and brown people. It's just a fucking attack. That's really all it is. It's a way to control. So please delete them fucking apps, because, like I said, they're going to use them shits to incriminate your ass. I'm going to put what the name of the resource is. It's like Pregnant Justice or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, over 1,300 cases where pregnant people were either prosecuted or, like, facing criminal charges for simply just like having pregnancy complications. Like, it's mad wild. So the only thing I can say is, like, if you're one of those people that really depends heavily on the pregnancy app, well, the period tracking app, then like get in tune with your body, bro. Like, seriously, I can tell you, I know the week that my period's coming, and I might not know the day. Sometimes I do know the day and I'm like right on point. But just spend more time in meditation. Like, write it down in your notes. I write mine down in my notes so I know when my period's coming. So like, figure out your cycle, figure out what phase you're in. Like, just figure it out. Just delete them fucking apps, bro. And I mean, I guess don't get fucking pregnant unless you really want to. Like, I mean, the psychological harm it does for people that are forced to be pregnant, having to drive across state lines. And it's like, I don't even know how many states it is right now where it's not even legal for you to get an abortion. It's wild. And stop having sex with that man if you don't have any respect for your body. And I'm not talking about in the cases of domestic violence or intimate partner violence. Just like, I've had plenty of instances where a dude will be like, yeah, I'm trying to, you know, whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, we have to use the condom. And either there will be like, okay, we'll use the condom. Or they just be like, nah, we ain't using the condom. Okay, we ain't using the condom. We ain't having sex, period. And I had a conversation one time, and this is like the biggest argument when it comes to abortion is people be like, men mainly, oh, well, if you can keep the baby because it's your body, your choice, then I don't have to be a parent. Like, nigga, no. Because if you don't want to be a fucking parent, then you'll wear a fucking condom, period. It's a mutual agreement on whether or not you're going to fucking put a condom on or not. You're the man. There's a power imbalance that exists between men and women. So therefore, as a man, if some girl is like, oh yeah, well, we're not using a condom, then I'm going to be like, okay, bitch, yes, the fuck we are. And if we ain't, then we ain't having sex, period. Because you don't get to just dip out on somebody that's like going through a pregnancy. Like, pregnancy is the closest you can get to fucking death, and you think you're just going to dip out and then you're going to have a baby and not even be a parent to the life that you created? No. Y'all both made a choice. You made a choice not to use the condom, knowing the consequences of not using the condom. And you could have made a choice to leave and not have fucked the girl if you really want to fuck that bad. There's plenty of other motherfuckers on here trying to fuck. So go fuck them. Like, it's that simple. So please stop the arguments with the fucking anti-abortion. Fucking abortion is healthcare, period. You sound stupid. And our body, our choice. Hands off our bodies, bands off our bodies. Leave us the fuck alone.